How does he go to the bathroom with all that stuff on?
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Hot Toys Avengers Age of Ultron Iron Man Mark 43. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up front, you have a nice image there of Iron Man. You have the Avengers A, going A. Right there, Avengers Age of Ultron. On the side, you have little Iron Man logo. On the other side, Iron Man Mark 43. Iron Man Mark 43, Darkest! On the top, you just have the Age of Ultron logo. On the back of the box, you have the credits of all the people that were involved in the production of this toy. You do have your warnings. Please don't eat anything in this box because that would be very, very bad. Let me just move this guy off to the side here. Because one cool thing about the packaging too is just how it works, because to open up the figure, you're just going to lift up this top piece right here. That comes off, and the figure is encased in this big styrofoam block right here. You just lift that out. And you just open this up, and that's where the figure sits with all the accessories and whatnot. So everything is very well protected. And in the back here, you have this extra tray here where all the other accessories are stored, the stand and whatnot. So it's very well packed. Everything in here is very, very well protected, and definitely very appreciated. You know, a lot of care was put into the packaging to make sure nothing is damaged. So I dig that. I dig that very much. So that's basically it for the packaging. I don't throw Hot Toys boxes, okay? I don't do that. I don't, and I won't. I won't, and I shan't, and I not. I just stopped making sense before I even started. But anyway, here we have Iron Man Mark 43, and this figure is awesome. I love this figure. I love Iron Man's look in the movies. I just think this is just, I think he just looks awesome. And this figure definitely captures that very, very well. So let's get it close here so you can see all the wonderful detail. Right here on the head sculpt, very nice head sculpt. Love the paintwork. Nice glossy red, nice gold paint. You get some black wash there. So all those details just kind of stand out. It's just really nicely done. I love the weathering effect. He has little, chips and scrapes there. So he does have some battle damage. This armor's been worn. It's been used. He's got into a couple scraps. It's just very nicely done. Just love the red paint, the gold paint, the silver paint. Lovely black wash throughout also. This figure is just wonderfully, wonderfully done. Just tons of detail. And it just looks amazing. Just amazing. Again, that black wash just makes all that panel lining just stand out. It just looks fantastic. Love this. Love it. Love it. And that detail is all the way around the figure. Very, very cool. Now, there is die cast in this figure. This is part of their die cast line. So yeah, he's got some metal in him, and you can feel it. This guy definitely has some heft to him, which is really, really nice. It makes him feel really, really substantial. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you can get some good wiggly-waggly movement here. The base of the neck also has a little bit of range of movement. The shoulders are on a ball joint, so you can get some pretty good movement. You can get some outward movement. One cool thing about these shoulder pads is they are on spring-loaded joints. You have a joint right in here that raises up. You can see, and this joint right here that raises up, it's also on a spring. So the shoulder pads can get out of the way quite easily, no matter how you pose them, which is really nice. So you do get that outward movement. Again, full rotation. You do get a swivel right there. You also have this cool joint that you pull out. Just pull this out, and that gives you forward movement there on the shoulder, which is really nice. And you just push that right back in. So it gives you some extra range of movement, so you can kind of get his arms across his chest, which is nice. You do get a double jointed elbow, gives you, slightly over 90 degrees of bend right there. The wrists are on a ball joint, so you can get some wiggly waggly movement right there, as well as these little handguard pieces. Can swivel. He does have a rotational joint right up here. It's actually on a ball joint, it feels like. So you get a little bit of range of movement there. You can get some ab crunching going and kind of get him arching. If you want some extra movement, you can just take his body and just extend it right there, and it frees up some extra ab crunch right there, so you can get even more range of movement, which is nice. And then you can just compress it back in. So that's really cool how that works. These little hip panels right here are on a double hinge, so they will move up and out of the way, and this side panel right here is also on a double hinge that will move up and out of the way to accommodate the leg movements. Legs can go forward, they can go back, they can go in and out. They're just on a big ball joint. You do get some thigh swivel right here. You do get double jointed knees, which is very nice. And again, when you move the knee, you can see a lot of nice molded detail, and all that is even picked out and done up with that black wash. You can see it's kind of on a spring joint right there, which is very, very cool. And the feet can move up and down, and these panels right here will move out of the way to accommodate the movement, as well as this back panel here. And this little panel right here in this foot will actually shift up to accommodate the toe movement, because it does have a toe joint there. You can see that little panel moving out of the way to accommodate, so that's nice. And he also does have some nice ankle tilt as well. So yeah. Very, very posable. He does have an extra joint here that you have to disengage, much like the ab crunch. He has a button on his. He has a button on his butt. Yeah. So if you push the button on his butt here, that releases this section right there, and now he can bring his legs. If you move these panels up and out of the way, he can move his legs all the way up, so you can actually get him into a full-blown sitting position if you want. So if you had a couch that's 1/6 scale, you can totally get him sitting down. You can't get him crossing his legs, unfortunately. You can't get his leg up that high, but you can actually get him sitting on a couch if you want, because of that extra movement there. So that's pretty cool. Then you have to push this button just to bring that back up. And there you go. So very cool how they engineered some of these joints. It's very, very nicely done. Very cool. You just gotta make sure you gotta work with those joints, because the die cast in them does tend to make him a tad bit unstable, so you do have to make sure that he is nicely balanced. So there you go. So let's show off the accessories, shall we? So first thing we'll show off is the display base that is included. So here's the display base. It's just a nice little, you got some terrain here with some nice rocks, and again, everything is nicely molded, nicely painted, just wonderfully, wonderfully detailed. Very, very cool. You got the plate right up front, Avengers Age of Ultron, Mark 43. Very, very cool. And of course, you do get the post right here with the little claw to hold them in place, and this claw does have the padding on the inside and padding right here so as to not scratch up the figure, which really wouldn't matter because he's already scratched up anyway, but it would just kind of add to the battle damage. But hey, just so you don't add any extra scratches, they're nice and padded to keep him safe. Now this rod is also metal, because since there's die cast in them, there's weight for this to support, so it's safer to use a metal rod as opposed to a plastic one. So that's very much appreciated, and it just plugs in right there, and you just push it down, and there you go. So you got the display base ready to go, and you can take them, clip them onto it, get them in some flying poses. It doesn't exactly hold him up too high. He's just kind of hovering like 2 feet off the ground, but hey, it still can add to the effect if you wish. So you have that. So I'll put that off to the side. And you also get this bit right here, which is the Mark I Ultron. And he's seen better days. He's definitely a little jacked up there. But getting closer so you can see. Again, wonderful paintwork, wonderful detail. Just so cool, so well done. And yeah, he's got all these little wires just hanging off of him. And yeah, just again, wonderful attention to detail, and the paintwork is just fantastic. fantastic. He does have a little bit of articulation. He can rotate his head from side to side. His arm can rotate up and down. So he does have a little bit of articulation. And basically you're just supposed to take him and kind of rest him down on the stand here. So he's just kind of hanging out. I've been having a bad day. Just leave me alone. Yeah. So that's very cool that is included. Now, other accessories for Iron Man himself. You do get extra hands. Now, he does come with the standard closed fists. But you also get a pair of fully articulated hands right here. And again, same level of detail and paintwork. Looks great. All the fingers are individually jointed. The thumb is on a ball joint and on a hinge right there at that knuckle. And each finger is on a hinge at the base as well as 2 hinges on the finger. So you can kind of get them doing a fist, even though it's not really a convincing fist, but kind of sort of. You can get them doing a. But nicely you get a pair of fully articulated hands. And you have these transparent pieces right here for the LED to pass through. For the light up gimmick, and we'll show that off in a little bit. You do get a pair of repulsor hands. As you can see, the way these plug in, they actually, they plug in so that the hand is always kind of palm up like this. So, it's the proper repulsor shooting pose right there. And again, same amount of detail and paintwork. With the transparent bits in the middle so the LED can pass through. You do get an extra head here with Tony Stark's face, which, it's a good likeness to Robert Downey Jr. And again, very nicely done. Love the detail and the paintwork. This looks really, really good. Like I said, really good likeness. And it does include the face mask right here. Again, nice paintwork and detail on the inside too. Really nicely done. And you have 2 magnets right here, and it just pops right up there. So you can have the face mask open. So you got that going on. You can close it up if you want. So there you have that. And you also do get these extra hand guards right here, and these are angled up to accommodate the repulsor hands. And we'll show off how all this works in a little bit. And you do get this extra forearm piece right here with the tank missile. Every time I see this, that's all I think about is the How It Should Have Ended skit. So that's why I always call it the tank missile. But again, lovely, lovely detail and paintwork on this. So you have that, and that just splits apart in 2 pieces. Again, we'll show off how all this works in a little bit. So there you have that. You do get a little screwdriver here to get into all of the little battery compartments. It is an official Hot Toys screwdriver. Yay! So it's nice that they include that as well. So now first we'll show off the light up features. He does have quite a few lights on him. So to activate the lights in his head, you have to remove the face mask here. And again, this is just held on by magnets right there. And you have to remove the top of his scalp. You just want to take the sides right here and just pull them out slightly. And that gives you the room to pull this off. And there you got the on-off switch right there. So you just click it on. Whoop. Put the top of his cranium back on. Right there. Put the face mask back on. And there you go. So now his eyes are lit up. Real nice like. And he does have the repulsors, which do light up. So to do this, we will take out the fists. And the hands just swap out via ball joint. Very easy. We'll put in the, actually we'll put in the repulsor hand. So you want to switch out this part too, and this part just comes right off. And you just put on the new one. You do get a right and a left. They are marked. I don't know how you can see that, but there is an L there. So you put the L right there, slide that back on, and we'll slide in the repulsor hand. Just pop that right onto the ball joint. And now you can see how it's angled up and how that's angled up to accommodate. Now you have the on-off switch right here, and boop, there you go. Repulsor hand! Yay! So you have that. And we'll pop on the other one too. Nah, actually we'll leave that one off. But both arms light up, obviously. And of course, you have a switch right back here, which turns on his arc reactor. There you have that. And the wonderful thing, too, is I don't know how this is going to come off on camera. Not well at all, but when this is lit up, you can actually see the molded details in there so much better. It just really makes it pop. And I don't know how well you can see it with the light off, but you can see there's a lot of molded detail in the arc reactor itself. And when it's lit up, it looks really, really cool. It's not coming across on camera well at all, but in person, it looks amazing. So there you go. There he is with his lights on right there. Very, very cool. So we'll just turn this all off for now. Turn that off. And turn that off. We'll turn off the lights in his head too. Pull that up. It does kind of suck that you have to like take his head apart to get to this on-off switch, but it is what it is. There you go. They want everything to look seamless, so just having just an on-off switch on the back of his head would have kind of, you know, kind of made it look a little bit messy, but there you have that. So now what we'll do is we will put on the tank missile. We'll do that. So, hey, he was about to tip over on me. How dare you, Tony? You've been drinking? No drinking on the job. So again, you just want to pop the hand off, pop off the little hand guard, and you just want to pull this apart. And this just holds on via magnets. It's a very strong magnet right here on either side. So you just take the new piece and it just boop, clips right on. On the other side, that will clip right on. Make sure those posts line up to the ports there. Like that. Slide the handguard back on. Pop the hand back on. And come on, there you go. I can pose him properly there. There you go. Now he's got the tank missile, which is pretty cool. So there you have that. I love it. I love it. I really, really do. Very cool. And just to show it off here, you can see how it works. Turn on the light there, and you can see that light is just, it's a very bright LED too. So obviously it doesn't work in these hands because these hands don't have the clear piece in them for the light to shine through, but still very, very cool nonetheless. And what else should we do? Actually, we'll switch out the head too. So the switch the head is very easy. Just take it, pop it off the ball joint right there. Just take the new head, pop it on. Easy peasy. Oops, maybe not. Get on there. There we go. Pop it right on. There you go. Lift up the face mask. There you go, Tony. There's Tony. There you are. Hey, how you doing? So there you got Tony Stark right there. Just, again, very, very cool figure. And that's pretty much everything that is included in this package here. But very cool figure. I really, really love this. Let's turn all the lights back on just for now. There you go. Yeah, but very cool figure. I love it. I love the die cast in him too. I love that he has that heft to him. Just makes him feel really, just, it adds to that premium feel. And just an amazing figure. I love the movie Iron Man, and you know, I think Robert Downey Jr. just knocked that character out of the park. Like, I can't see anybody else playing Iron Man but Robert Downey Jr. And I hope he plays it for the rest of his life, as far as I'm concerned. If he ever thinks about not playing Iron Man again, Marvel needs to throw every single cent they have at him to keep him, because as far as I'm concerned, he's Iron Man. He's the definitive Iron Man, and he should be the only Iron Man. I hope, anyway. I hope that he will always be Iron Man as long as they are making these movies. But very cool figure. I love it. I love the display base. The display base is awesome. You know, I can't get everything in frame here because there's just a lot going on. But very cool package. You know, again, you get the optional parts, optional hands, you know, the optional wrist bits. Oh, one thing I forgot to show off too, he does have the flaps here on his back. kind of the air brakes right there you can lift up. And just reveals a lot more molded details. Again, love the black wash they use on that. Just looks so good. But yeah, he does have that as well. But yeah, again, just amazing figure. Amazing figure. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I think that's it. So if you would like an Iron Man or any of Hot Toys' other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so check that out. And you can also check out my Hot Toys playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's pretty much it. So don't forget to check out EmGames, check out LoriPlan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Hot Toys Avengers Age of Ultron Iron Man Mark 43. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be a geek, very proud. Palm in your face. Oh, just one more thing I wanted to do, just for fun. I totally forgot. Here's Iron Man next to me! Yes! 2 billionaire playboys side by side. Or 1 billionaire playboy and 1 guy who wishes he was. But close. To the beat of the rhythm of dark night, dance until the morning light, forget about the worries on your mind. Hey Bats, how's it hanging? I get it, because you're a bat. How long have you been here? I wasn't dancing. Yeah, sure you weren't, yeah, whatever. Well, if it isn't Tony Stark, the man who had no problem telling the world his secret identity. Yeah, well, I'm Iron Man. Might as well own it. Why don't you tell people your secret identity? Puss! Come on now. Then those I care about would be in danger, and I would not subject them to that. I mean, who do you think I am anyway? Some billionaire playboy like you? That's just pathetic. Ah, you're Bruce Wayne. What? How did you know that? I mean, no, I'm not. What are you talking about? I just had Jarvis do a retinal scan. What? Who's Jarvis? Your butler? I have a butler too. I mean, butlers are for rich snobs like you. I am the Dark Knight. And it's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. Yeah, whatever, Bruce. You keep telling yourself that. Well, see you around. Hey! Don't you tell anyone that I'm not Bruce Wayne or that I'm Bruce Wayne. Just keep your mouth shut. Lucius, I need some kind of anti-retinal scanning gadget. Lucius? Lucius!